Hello, 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 YouTube. Welcome to the next edition or this Thursday's edition of Real Talk Therapy Interventions with me, your girl Ebony. So today, like I said, it's Thursday. And our hashtag for today is Truth Be Told Thursday. But before we get into this intervention and get started, of course, have on a custom-made shirt that I want to share with you guys. And, I told y'all we in between hair days. So, you'll see me with my hair together sooner or later. But if not, it's okay. But at any point, we're not going to let that deter us from getting these interventions out and having this real talk therapy session for today. So also before I get started, I do want to say happy anniversary to the love of my life, my husband, who has stood by me through everything. And when I say everything, I do mean everything. I'm so grateful for our friendship. I'm so grateful for everything that we made it through. And truth be told, there's a lot of folks out there that didn't think we'd make it, didn't see us, making it to 15 years of marriage, nonetheless 21 years of being together. And so for that, very, very grateful. And he's one of the driving forces behind supporting me in everything that I do. And so I do want to wish him a happy anniversary. Also today is my grandbaby's second birthday. So please drop a comment and wish my baby boy a happy birthday. He is 2 going on 22. But he's ours and we gonna stick with him no matter what. So again, moving into that, as we get started here on this good Thursday morning. The shirt design today is yet again another verse from Lil Wayne, No Ceiling. And I hope by now you guys have kind of looked it up. I know it's on Apple Music and probably on some other platforms. But listen to that song when you get some time and dissect the lyrics. But the shirt says, you coming with it, I'm coming for it. And of course we have the Real Talk Therapy. And the arrows are showing that, people can come at you with whatever, but don't let it stop you from coming for what you're trying to strive for. And as I go into today's session, it'll make a little more sense. And, I always say, I'm not quite sure what the driving force was behind Lil Tucci when he wrote that, what was going on in his musical career and or in his life. But I do hope that you all like, subscribe, share. And again, if this ever goes viral and get out there, I hope somebody tags him so that me and him can have a real talk therapy session about what was going on in his mind and going on with him when he wrote this song. And I can share with him what it did for me when I was down in the deepest depths of my depression at that point. But when we talk about people coming with it, so you will have people who know you through mutual acquaintance, or have met you in some form of fashion, met you through somebody else, or know you through somebody else, or remember you from school, or went to college with you, or whatever. And when they start seeing you reach for your stars, reach for your dreams, accomplish your goals, they're always going to come with something. And you can hear them being called naysayers. If you're a Christian, or most diehard Christians and older Christians will say amen corner. There's the slogan of jumping on the bandwagon, where people will form an opinion about you based off somebody else's opinion about you. And so today I want to let you know that if that's happening to you, the individuals that are doing that are very weak-minded. If you don't have enough in you to stand for yourself and have your own opinion about something, then you're definitely weak-minded and you need to work on that. So naysayers, amen corners, this YouTube channel is for you too. Because you got to get out of that. You have to be able to know that you can't elevate when you're always trying to tear somebody else down. You're never going to make it to where you want to get to because you're busy in yourself, all in other people's stuff and trying to stop what somebody else is doing and not even looking to think, hey, what is it that I want to do? Where is it that I want to come from? So on this Truth Be Told Thursday, I want to share a little story with you that I heard along the years, along the way. I can't even remember. I may have read it in a book. I also do daily devotions. So when I get up in the morning, I have rituals. I have things that I do. One of them is including calling, my grandmother. We have an 8 o'clock standing appointment every morning to have prayer. And then I read a devotion, and whatever I get out of the devotion, I have a couple of people that I share it with. And when I was on all platforms of social media, I used to share it that way. And I'm going to look at a way to start incorporating it into the channel. And if you haven't done so, we are on Instagram, and I may start posting them on there. But it's just an encouraging word, something that, again, that I get out of what I'm reading to help give my day its start, to help. Like I said, some people spend that time in the morning, some do midday, and some do it at night. A really, really, really good friend of mine shared with me that this has been her daily dose of therapy so far, and it's a nightly ritual for her and her husband. And they listen to the channel and they meditate and pray to it. And God bless for that, because a lot of times I just feel like I'm sitting up here rambling and having a regular conversation and talking like I regularly do. And it may or may not reach somebody. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you catch me in my professional setting, or when people say my work voice or where I am, completely different. And that's because I have to be professional and operate under the conditions of the work that I'm performing. But on this channel, with my therapy and with these sessions, I can be as real as I want to be, as real as I need to be, and as real as you need me to be, so that you can connect. I had a subscriber or individual comment on one of my first sessions that said it's relatable. I get this. And I'm glad for that, because like I said, sometimes I just feel like I'm just rambling and talking. So nonetheless, we're going to get into the gist of this something that I read, heard, saw. I don't know where I got it from, but when things stick with me, I always like to share them. And it's a story of a swimmer who's so far from shore. Now, this person can swim, can swim. They don't worry about if a lifeguard is on duty or not. They've been swimming all their life. They can swim. So they're so far shore that they are helplessly lost in this water. Because, the water, depending on if it's a beach, the ocean, even a pool, you can get caught up in some type of current, or even the best swimmer can get out there and get caught up to where they need help being brought back ashore. And so a lifeguard rushes out to help this individual. So they're coming out there to help them. And of course, the lifeguard is greeted by the swimmer with, what you doing out here? I got this. You need to mind your own business. Now, the realest part of this story was the lifeguard's response, because the lifeguard's response to the swimmer was, at this point where you are in this current and you can't help yourself, you are my business. So, I'm the lifeguard. I'm more trained than you are. Even though you're a good swimmer, I've met the qualifications to help get even the best at the best of something out of a helpless situation. And when we think we know where we want to go, when we think we know what we want to do in life, when we think we got it, a lot of times we don't think that we need help. And I'm able to speak on this because I was once like the swimmer that was out there. I got it. I know it. I don't need correction. I don't need direction. I don't need this. I got this. I'm smart. I can do this. I got this. But there were times in every situation where no matter how much I got this, truth be told, on this Thursday, I needed some help. I had gone farther out in these uncharted waters than I knew how to find my way back. And, the lifeguard said, you may not fully understand what I'm doing right now, but if you trust me, I'm going to bring you onto shore. And so life is filled with occasions where we're we're called or we're put in positions to have to trust in people, even though we may not fully understand what that process is calling for, or who these people are, or what they are to do. You know, I've had surgeries before. Some of you that have had surgeries, you don't know if that surgeon is going to make a mistake when they put you to sleep. You don't know if when you go to sleep, you're going to wake up. You don't know any of these things. And that's where faith has to be, or your faith has to be so strong that, you know, you have to have this operation to live, or you have to have this procedure, or whatever the case may be. And this surgeon has been put in a position to help you with whatever that issue may be. And although I may not know if this person is capable of doing what they appear to be qualified to do, I've got to humble myself in those moments and allow them to do what they need to do so that I can be physically well if it's a surgery. And so our mental health is the same way. When people are coming for us and people are always, oh, she thinks she cute. She thinks she did. She think, oh, she think this about her husband. Oh, they drive this. Oh, this. That's people coming with it. And 9 times out of 10, when you coming with it, you feel some type of way about what you see other people doing or what you see other people have. Instead of coming with it, come for it. Go get yours. Go get what you want. Go be with who you want to be with. Go make the life that you want to live. Instead of sitting around trying to have something to say about somebody else, because they ain't going to do nothing but give you a migraine and have you out here stressed and worried. And then when you can't keep up, and I don't know if you guys remember me saying this a couple of episodes ago, if you're trying to keep up with people and you don't have access to their life like social media to see what they got going on, you really stumped. Because now you don't know what to do. So now you hanging out at the neighbor house trying to peek through their yard like, dang, what they doing over there, or what they got going on over there. Because you've allowed yourself to be so consumed with somebody else that you won't come for what you want and go come for what you need. And once you obtain those things, I guarantee you, you won't be concerned about what nobody else has going on. Another thing that I had to learn to trust in. Anybody that knows me knows I'm all about a trip. Book it. I want to go. And I remember the first time getting on an airplane and being like, oh my God, what's going to happen when I get in the air? Now when I get on an airplane, I'll put my headphones in. I'm going to sleep. I don't want to be bothered because I've developed a level of trust in the pilot that I'm going to come for what I want. I'm going to get on this plane and go where I want to go and enjoy myself, you know, and be okay. And it doesn't make sense all the time, some of the things that we trust in, but we end up trusting in it. You get in your car every day, crank it up and trust that you're going to be able to drive from your house to wherever it is that you want to go. You come in your home and you sit down on your chair and trust that the weight of your chair is going to hold you up. So you trust in some things without even thinking about it. You know, you lay down in your bed and there's a lot of people out here who go to sleep. Don't pray. Don't ask God. Don't think. Don't talk to Allah or Buddha or whomever. They just go to sleep and trust that they're going to wake up the next day. You know, so truth be told, everybody exercises in a certain level of faith. You trust that when you put your key in your door that it's going to turn and you're going to be able to, turn the lock and go in there. You trust that when you're in your own home and in your own environment that you're safe. But a lot of times, and we can see that on the news and all around us, we may not always be safe. So truth be told, you got to always check your surroundings. When you first start learning how to drive, and the driver's ed teacher, shout out to Mr. Harrell, Mr. Enzel Harrell Sr., my driver's ed teacher, very close family friend, and a part of my my village, because with children now, I'm telling you, when we were growing up, my mom welcomed the village. She was open to the village. And a lot of times, if I did something I had no business doing, if Mr. Harrell or some of the other people in my neighborhood were telling my mom, I probably got 4 or 5 beatings for the same thing before I got home to get the beating. And that's what the village did for me. But I guarantee you, I ain't do the same thing twice. So every time I got in trouble, it was for something completely different than the time before. because I had people around me that cared enough to say, Ebony, that's wrong. That's not what you're supposed to do. So when I became an adult and I started making these reckless choices, because yes, like everybody, I made some reckless choices. Some of them didn't pan out the way I thought they were going to pan out. Some of them didn't go the way that I thought they were going to go. But I thank God that I had a covering, one that we'll never understand sometimes, that kept us, out of a lot of things. And so in doing that, we have to be in the business of knowing that whatever it is that we want, whatever it is that we want to accomplish, whatever it is that we want to do, regardless of who's coming with it, we got to come for it. No matter who's coming at us with negativity, who's coming at you with your drama, who's coming at you, with some of that negative stuff in reference now to the goals that you want to obtain. Okay, so when I say coming at you with drama and negativity, I'm not saying if they coming with you for that, if they're coming at you with that, you don't have to come for that kind of stuff. What I'm saying is you need to still go for what it is that you're going for, even though you got these naysayers out here saying that you can't have it, because you truly, truly can have it. And you have to be able to understand that if that's what you want, that's what you can go out here and get. And that's what you can, you can have. You don't have to sit stagnant. You don't have to put your dreams on hold. You don't have to do any of that stuff because people are in your ear or situations seem to be, in that light of you not being able to reach it, and a lot of us give up before the prize is right there before us. A lot of us fall back before we reach the finish line. Don't do that. Don't fall short of your goal because somebody out there had something to say negative about what you were trying to do. If you want it, it's all in a matter of you trying to go and get it. And that's what you have to stay focused on. That's what you have to stay geared up to do. That's where where you have to be. And so when you're in these uncharted waters and, the storm is rising and it just seems like I ain't going to make it through this, I want to encourage you to keep going. Just keep going. Because truth be told, there's a song, another song we'll reference. It's a gospel song. The Williams brothers, anybody that knows, but my maternal grandma, she loved Lee Williams. Oh my God. Loved any song that he sang when we were growing up. That's all we could hear on the tape. When CDs came out, I had to put Lee Williams on a CD or buy the CD, and she still listens to that today. But there's a song that says, sweep around your own back door before you try to sweep around mine. Now, truth be told, I don't know what kind of house you guys live in. I don't know what your back door looks like. I don't know none of that stuff. But I know the work it takes to sweep around my back door. But in order for me to stay so focused on what I got to do, don't miss this, I don't need to just sweep around my own back door. I got a front door. I got a driveway. I got a house to tend to. I have a husband. I have children, grandchildren. I have family. So I have so much stuff to focus my attention on that I ain't got time to be out here trying to sweep around nobody else's back door. So if you take care of what's yours, anything that anybody else is doing around you won't matter. It won't matter. And what I'm thinking, Lee Williams has passed on. God bless his soul. I don't know the origin of that song too, but it's always, like I said, I always reference biblical references and different things that's going on. But in that song, it just gave me the motivation that if I worry about my own self, like the little girl said on the internet somewhere, there's a little girl, she's trying to buckle herself up in the back and her parents are trying to answer her. She looked up and said, worry about your own self. If I worry about my own self, even when they're coming with it, it don't stop me from coming for it. Because I'm too focused on what I'm trying to do. I don't even realize that you're coming with it until after the fact. And so I know some very close people to me family members, friends, myself included, some of us have got stuck in what we were designed to do, what our assignment was, because people started getting in our ear. They started coming with it. And when they came with it, we fell for it instead of coming for it. Don't fall for what people say about you or what they think about you. You know the place that you're coming from. And like I said, when I started this channel, if I can help one person, my mission is complete. And guess what? If that one person is me, my mission is complete. Because if by doing this, I can help change me, then I've done what I've set out to do. No matter who's going to come with it. I came for it. And I got it. And once you do that, you will start feeling a sense of self-preservation, a sense of self-motivation, a sense of self-gratification that nobody can take from you. And when you get it, walk in it. And remember, the naysayers are going to come to you too and say, oh, now she cocky. Nah, baby, that's confidence. And I'm walking in what's rightfully mine. And when I'm walking in it, ain't nothing you can do about it. It's a little thing right now that's going through on Instagram, and I can't even think of the individual's name. I just started following, but it's just like this guy dressed like a girl. He got on this red tube top, and he walking through whatever it is, and there's different sayings on there. And I think the one that I like the most, the way he walking through, listen to that song, was like me on the way to the airport to catch this flight with no worries. But I reference that to say you got to walk in and walk through your storms, your mishaps, whatever it is that you had going on. And when you don't feel like you have the strength to walk alone, it's okay to ask your support system to walk with you. Because again, if we don't open our mouths and say that we need help, nobody knows. If we walk around here and continue to act like we know what we're doing and struggling and crumbling, and going through all this stuff, I'm here to tell you, especially if you have a diagnosis of major depressive disorder, one of the biggest symptoms becomes isolation, and isolation to the point where you can't even get yourself up together and get your day started. That's a bad place to be in. And when people are calling to check on you, and when people are knocking at your door to see about you, you are so deep down in that pit, you don't know how to come out. And so take some of these coping strategies, learn some things about yourself, start doing some things. We don't have to always have somebody to do stuff with. Do what you feel like you want to do. If you want to go eat at Red Lobster before they shut down, and I'm throwing this out there so when my husband look at this, because one of our favorite places to eat, and we go every year, is Red Lobster. They had the endless shrimp. And for our anniversary, that's usually a place we will go. God bless Red Lobster. I hate the fact that y'all shutting down, but I sure hope we find one to go to here in a little bit before all of them close down. But find something that just makes you happy and it works for you to do. Go sit down at a restaurant. Take your phone. Everybody is on their phone now, looking at their phone. So sit there, stroll through your stuff, but get to enjoy and love, your own company. A lot of people say, Ebony, you've become a homebody. Let me tell you something. It ain't no place I'd rather be right about now. If I'm not with my family or, taking a trip, my home is my sanctuary. It's where I'm loved the most. It's where I'm cared for the most. It's where I'm the safest, and so I can find me something on Netflix or somewhere or any, one of these streaming things or whatever. And I could just, find me something to watch where I used to have to be out there and in the know and where's everybody at? What's going on? Oh, I want to be a part of this. Oh, I want to be a part of that. And while I'm out there chasing whatever was in the streets and the limelight, I'm messing up those opportunities to clean up around my house and spend more time with my family and do those things that, brought about that united front. And so, truth be told, on this Thursday, it's a lot of stuff about us that people will make up, especially if they don't know it. And when they don't see you, baby, they really got a lot to say. And so just remember that that's a part of your journey. Everybody is not supposed to like you. Everybody is not supposed to jump on your bandwagon. Because I'm going to tell you right now, as a true friend, as a true, sister, wife, brother, daughter-in-law, daughter, or what have you. When you are upset and you running around here all ranting and raving about something, if I don't agree with it, I'm not jumping on your bandwagon, and I don't have to. It don't mean that I don't love you and that I don't still care about you and I don't still have your best interest at heart. I'm just not getting ready to ride the foolish bandwagon with you, because 9 times out of 10, when you get over whatever that is, you're going to jump off the bandwagon anyway. So we got to remember what we need to hold on to and some of this stuff that we need to let go of, and just go on and live your life. Be happy. Do those things that make you happy. But first, you got to find out what those things are. And nobody else out here can tell you what makes you happy. They can come into your life and be a part of your happiness. They can expound upon your happiness. But your happiness is your job. It's an inside job. You got to know what makes you happy. And so, in saying all of that, you have to also learn to be comfortable in the skin that you're in and be okay with who you are. We don't have to be like nobody. We too big, baby. We too old. Some of us are adults, but we still acting like we in high school and we, you got to compete and, man, forget all of that. Live your life. I guarantee you. I'm going to end on this note where hanging out with my in-laws, and I'll tell you, I've been blessed. My family, my extended family, and my in-laws, it was just all one big family. And so we're hanging out with my in-laws, and we're standing outside talking about, different stuff. And my mother-in-law, she made a comment, and we were talking about somebody asking us something about their stuff, or asking her something about their stuff, and she made a comment to them like, I don't know. And when she looked at us, she said, I need my brain, so I'm not getting ready to hold on to some stuff about somebody else that don't have nothing to do with me. That spoke volumes to me. I need my brain. I need my heart. I need my time. I need my own energy. So I'm done spending it on things that have nothing to do with me, because if I exert myself trying to keep up with what y'all got going on, I ain't gonna have nothing left when it's time for me to sweep around my own back door, when it's time for me to make my own moves and do those things that I need to do. Shoot, I done gave all my brain space to you, so I'm remembering what's going on with you and don't know nothing about what's going on with me, my household, my job, nothing. So I need my brain. You need your brain. So free up that space so you can learn what will do for you. Because one thing I do know, none of us can pour from an empty vessel. So if you don't learn to pour into yourself, but you're constantly pouring out and nobody is pouring back into you, when it's time to be replenished, you're going to be so downcast and so wore out and so bogged down that you're not even going to know where to begin again. And so fresh starts, new mercies, graces and stuff that's new every day, all that good stuff. I'm with all of that, because yesterday is gone. If you ain't working out on Wednesday, not truth be told on Thursday, either you still going to have to deal with that, or you can let it go and put it down. But it's completely up to you. And just today, my mom, came over and visited with us. And now I'm just going to tell you, that's my girl. My mama, my girl now. Oh, God, that's my girl. And me and my mama gossip. We do. We talk about all kinds of stuff, all right? We do. We talk about, both of us are in school. I'm so proud of my girl. I love my mama with everything that I got. And I hope she knows that everything that I do is just simply trying to be half of the woman that I see her as. And I'm just so inspired and so thankful for her, because everything she has, she poured into her 4 kids. And then she started living for herself. But bless her heart, she started giving to them grandkids. And now she's giving it to them great grands, not great. Y'all, okay, let me say this. Let me start over. She gave it to her kids. Then I seen her give it to her grandkids. Now she's giving it to her great grands. And the same way we enjoy my mom, I see that in my nieces and nephews, or my great nieces and nephews, and we are truly blessed in the avenue. But when my mama was telling me something today, and was worried about something, and I just kind of was at the wit's end, and I looked over at her and I said, what they got to do with you? And she said, you know what, nothing. Because we ain't get ready to worry about it. What they got to do with us? People are going to choose and make the choices that they make. And then after you make those choices down, those consequences, when you come back, you got to know, we got to give you what's real. Everybody in my life gave me what was real. And that was the motivation for me to start Real Talk Therapy and to consider myself a Real Talk therapist, because sometimes you just got to get down and dirty with the services, down and dirty with the person you're talking to, down and dirty with what they're going through. The same way Jesus did. He didn't always stay in the temple. Go back and go through that Bible as much as you want to. You're going to recall him being in the synagogue when he was 12 years old. After that, he beat the streets. He went where the sinners were. He didn't wait for the sinners to come to him. He went where they were. And that's what I love about social work. I'm not getting ready to sit here and wait for you to come to me. I'm going to come find you, because sometimes you don't even know that you need me. The people didn't know that they needed Jesus, and they never expected him to be in the gutter. Those are the places that we need to go, where we're needed. And so as you expound upon what your purpose is, what it is that you're going to do, how and who it is that you're going to help, because I'm telling you, it's a blessing to be a blessing. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, try it. Try doing something for somebody without expecting them to do it back in return, or without looking for anything in return, and watch your blessings begin to flow. Watch them. And do it in your way. Don't do it the way people try to tell you to do. You know, I'm big on paying it forward sometimes. And I'll be honest, there's sometimes I look in the rearview mirror, and if I see about 4 or 5 of y'all in the car, I can't pay it forward. I ain't got it like that yet. But when I get it like that, I might roll through there and pay for everybody's stuff in the restaurant. But if I look back there in the car and I see 1 or 2 people, you know, I might tell the cashier, hey, I want to pay for the people behind me, because I don't know who they are. I don't expect them to ever do anything for me. And I drive off and I'm okay with my day. So, you know, in your way, be a blessing to somebody, and watch your blessings begin to flow. I truly believe that it is a blessing to be a blessing. And I am blessed for all of you that have taken the time truly to come on and watch. Even if you didn't like, even if you didn't subscribe, and even if you haven't commented, just knowing that you're stopping by and you're getting something from here blesses me. That is true. And in order for us to start finding ourselves, we have to know who we are and feel confident in who we are and be okay in that manner, and continue to chase our dreams. The individual pieces of you. Never lose yourself. And that's one of the reasons I can truly say I'm thankful for being able to celebrate this anniversary with my husband, because we never lost ourselves. We still held on to the individual parts of us that made us who we were when we were together. And it just helps us to grow stronger as a unit. And hopefully this thing is still going on 15 years from now. And I can tell y'all, you know, we 30 years in with this thing. But at the same time, we're just thankful for the now. Thankful for today. And so, again, thank you guys for tuning in with me. Sticking with me through this venture. Again, you know, like I said, please like, subscribe, share if you would like some of the shirts. And again, if y'all know Lil Wayne, anybody know Lil Wayne, somebody help me meet Lil Wayne. I just want to know, I just want to have a conversation with him. Like I said, he's a lyrical genius. Him and T.I. I want to meet T.I. too. When I listen to that music, you know, it does something to me. So you'll hear me reference, like I said, a lot of artists and different things. But like I said, some of that stuff, when I listen to it and I get lost in it, it becomes a coping mechanism. And a lot of times, whatever was troubling me, by the end of the song, I feel a whole lot better. And so that's one of the coping skills and coping mechanisms I want to give to you. If you're struggling with anxiety, depression, if you're struggling with bipolar, if you're having issues, you know, with which way to go, if you don't even know that you might have some of these mental health diagnoses, always know that there's a place for you to come to. Feel free to inbox me. You know, if you know somebody with a DWI, now this is a true plug for real, with a DUI trying to get their license back, holler at your girl, so we can get them straight. These are all things that I could do on a professional level, but we're going to do it as real as we could do and work it out as real as we can for you. So at the end of the day, you good to go, and I've done my duty to you all as a therapist, as a licensed clinical social worker, as a certified alcohol and drug counselor, and just as your neighbor, your girl, your individual out here that just want to see everybody else doing the best that they can do on whatever avenue that they want to do. So you guys have a blessed Thursday. Truth be told, sit down and analyze those things and know that, you know, it's somebody out there that's doing worse than you. It's somebody out there that thought they could swim and went all the way out there to that shore that need a lifeguard too. So we aren't the only ones. And it's never as bad as we think. So learn to change your mindset. Think on those things. Have a great day. And I will see you guys with our Real Talk Therapy Conversation session on tomorrow. God bless.